Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Above the Ice and Into the Numbers. You're sitting with, or standing, or running, or doing anything you are, with David, Chris, and Julian. How are you guys feeling?
I'm good. Julian is back.
Yes, back from last week's absence.
He actually was suspended for the podcast because he skipped the All-Star game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he skipped his viewing, which honestly might be worth it.
I think it was.
Did you watch it or no?
The All-Star game?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, neither did
I
I.
watched the skills.
I didn't get my suspension, though.
David is too valuable to this team. He pulled a Matthews, actually. He just faked an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still showed up. I still watched the skills competition. I just didn't watch the game.
Okay.
So how you guys feeling? Most recent game that has been played was against the Panthers.
It was a great win, 3-1 win.
Yeah, that might have been the most heartbreaking loss of the season, if I'm being honest with you.
I've kind of just, after that game, I was like, Leaf fans, if we miss the playoffs here, you're going to remember that game because that third period downfall was just brutal.
Chris?
Yeah. Terrible game. The start was so great. They were all over them at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
The first two periods were great.
They look good.
Yeah, and then obviously Freddie goes down, and that's not good at all.
Not ideal to have your starting goalie injured.
Neck injury. He can just take some Engvalls.
I was going to say, just put some Engvall on that.
Engvall.
That'll be good,
It's such a dead joke.
honestly.
But yeah.
That's fine, though.
Now we are 3 points behind Florida,
I believe so.
No, we're 1 point behind Florida,
but they have a game in hand.
but they have a game in hand.
So we're 3 points behind Florida.
Yeah, because they don't lose anymore.
Neither do Columbus.
You know, Bobrovsky
Columbus.
played both nights of that back-to-back.
Yep.
Yeah.
He played Columbus yesterday.
And saved 44 to 45.
It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
he's nuts.
We're not gonna make the playoffs, man.
Yeah, we are.
See, I was with David 2 weeks ago. Now I'm with Chris. I've lost actual hope.
I'm playing against two people now.
No, I'm sorry. I've actually
One
lost.
of us. One of us. One of us.
I just after that Florida game, like I was just so upset
But
that
why?
that to me is like if you fall apart like that, that shows they don't have any grit. They don't got any.
Fall apart in what sense? Because we're still out shooting them. We're
Okay.
still getting more chances.
But that's the worst part about that. We're
And-
out shooting them and we lost.
Mentally crumbled.
Obviously it's tough mentally, but their past 4 games have been incredible. They seriously, they had their most high danger chances against any team against Nashville. They played a very solid game against Dallas. Ottawa, Anderson just turns into like George Vezina against us. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we still got the 2 points there. And obviously you want to win. Obviously you want to beat Florida. Florida's our biggest competitor right now, and we lost them in regulation. But we outshot them. We were doubling them in shots for the longest time. And we lost our starting goalie.
At this point, our only hope, I think, is it's going to come down to us, Philly, and Carolina
Yeah.
for that final wild card spot.
And Columbus.
No, Columbus, I think,
No,
is clear.
I think Columbus is
No,
making
Columbus
the playoffs.
isn't clear because the Islanders have 3 games.
Okay, but I think
and they're a
Columbus is
point
clear
back.
of us
Oh,
because
Yeah,
they have points in 9 straight games without their starting goalie.
that's a good point.
with their starting goalie.
Without their starting
With
goalie.
their new starting goalie.
With their new starting goalie.
Elvis Merzelinka.
Their
Yeah.
Latvian tandem.
I just like I don't understand how, and I hope I say this right. Pizik, right?
Yeah, Mark Pysyk.
How do you get 3 goals from that guy?
Yeah, and his career high in a season, Chris, what was it? Oh,
How would I know?
it was 4.
Oh.
And now he's at 7.
You're asking me like I'm a Pizik whisperer.
I thought you were the one who texted me that. That must have been one of my other friends. Because it's a very you thing to text. He's like, Mark Pysyk's career high in goals was
That
4.
is a very me thing to text.
heading into tonight's game.
It's just like
So what do we think about Cody Ceci? We love him.
nope.
Yeah, I love him.
Worth
No.
4.5.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Extend him? What are you thinking?
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, the trade deadline is upon us, and what's the most necessary? Are we even like you know what? I don't even care at this point what we do.
What do you mean?
Like
What do you mean?
I
We're
was-
a point out of the playoffs. We're 2 points out of the playoffs.
No, because whatever we do, it doesn't work.
What do you mean whatever we do, it doesn't work? What do you mean whatever we do, it doesn't
We
work?
trade, we call up guys. Then all of a sudden Freddie gets injured, and now we don't know what
We
to do.
signed Tavares.
Yeah, and we still haven't made it past the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I know that. Believe me.
You do.
I am just a really frustrated Leaf fan today.
You're Leaf fans. You're all the fans.
Leaf fans.
All of them. Julian represents all Leaf fans
Yes.
tonight. As he says, trade Nylander.
Just
Willie scores another one.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's having a-
Tavares,
Oh.
Matthews. Like, it was a big game, and they stepped up. They played. They killed the Panthers. They
and
did.
still lost.
Okay. You win some you don't deserve to. You lose some you don't deserve
am I about to go in on some Dubois slander?
Oh, no.
Oh jeez.
But
He was the untouchable one.
am I the only one that hates our secondary scoring?
Why?
Like, it's not. We don't have secondary scoring.
What are you talking about?
What has been our secondary scoring lately? I feel like if Matthews or Nylander don't score, we lose the game.
He has a point.
And even when they do score, we lose the game because Johnson has 1 goal since coming back. Kerfoot has like 2 goals.
wasn't
this whole
Johnson's an empty netter as well?
Yeah. So not even a goal. With an empty netter with like 3 seconds left, we were going to win the game no
Yeah.
matter what. Kapanen is too busy sleeping in.
Mm-hmm.
Kerfoot has like 2
One.
goals this whole season.
You've never slept through an alarm.
Okay, but you can't be late to a practice.
You've never slept through an alarm before?
Not, like
Nobody else did.
Maybe once or twice. Yeah, like but we're not in the NHL.
Kadri did.
What if when we had our interview for this program, we slept through our alarm?
Yeah.
We'd get suspended for one interview, and then we get another one.
Yeah,
how
that's
this works,
definitely what happened.
I actually agree with Chris though. Like really, when Matthews and Nylander don't score,
Hyman. I'll give Hyman.
Hyman's playing well.
Zach Hyman's on a 35. Yeah,
I love
I was
him.
about to bring that up.
Zach Hyman's on a 35-game goal streak. Don't look it up. Believe it.
35 goal pace over 82 games. Let's look at the Leafs numbers. Just let me pull up the roster.
Maybe I'm just like missing the days of Kadri, JVR, Bozak. Just
Loophole plug
that
line.
iconic secondary scoring we had back in that 2016-17 season.
Oh god.
Okay, so what you're telling me is our really good players are scoring most of our goals, and that's a bad thing.
No, but
No.
when they don't score, we lose games. And it would just be nice if
Makes
like
sense.
we had a 3-3 game, and then Johnson just scores, does something, and then we win the game. But instead, he doesn't score. Nobody else scores.
So Jason
and we-
Spezza being on pace for 41 points isn't secondary scoring.
Okay, but
Like you know what?
no, I'd say that's like
Pierre Engvall being a diamond in the rough isn't secondary scoring.
no. I actually have a good point. That's like treachery. I can't say that word. That's like third-dairy scoring. You know what I mean?
Tertiary?
Yeah. If you think about it, because those aren't supposed to be
Third-dairy.
the guys. They're just supposed to be the secondary scorers.
Kasperi Kapanen's on pace for career high in points. That's not secondary scoring.
I haven't been too impressed. with
You know
it.
what though? At this, I'm a big Kapanen guy, but I'm convinced
Tyson
that
Barry's been on a 60-point pace since Sheldon Keefe has taken over.
I
as
really
head
like
coach. That's
Barry.
not secondary
Barry's been
scoring.
a really good
Is-
defenseman.
Isn't that primary scoring though?
Okay, but I don't understand why we need, like, obviously we need depth, but we have it.
Okay, maybe
We're getting it.
maybe I'm
So
just,
why aren't we in the playoffs?
We have the most goals scored out of any team in the league, and you're complaining about goal scoring at this
I'm
point?
complaining that we're not in
Is
the
that
playoffs.
actually what you're
no.
complaining
I
about?
am because maybe it's just these three: Johnson, Kerfoot, Kapanen combined make 10 million, and most nights I don't even notice they're playing.
Then watch the game. They've been like Kerfoot with Nylander and Tavares. He's what Hyman was 2 years ago. He's not getting the points, but he's still a key contributor. He's been very solid on his own end since being placed on that line, and he's been setting up those two in terms of zone entries. He's getting the puck deep for them, and then they do the dirty work. Not the dirty work, but they get the goals out of it. Kerfoot's not supposed to be scoring 30 goals. We have
But then why do we
Three
trade? Well,
different guys.
why do we trade a 30-goal scorer for him then
because we also got Tyson Barry.
for 1 year?
Okay, they went in for this year.
Yeah, and they're gonna miss the playoffs.
All right. Well, Kerfoot's got 21 points. I don't know. Like for me,
To be fair, Kadri hasn't been that good in Colorado.
yeah.
To be fair, Kerfoot's also on a new team.
I like Kerfoot. It's just
And he's
If I hear this one more time, he's on a new team one more time. JT Miller is on pace for 75 points
That's a
on
good-
a new team.
that is a good point.
John Tavares scored 47 goals on a new team.
Okay, but that's JT Miller and John Tavares. We're talking about Alex Kerfoot.
JT Miller is that good?
JT Miller's been solid.
I
throughout his
didn't
career.
expect that out of JT Miller though.
But there's
Kadri is 34
there's
points.
other
in 48
examples. Help me
games,
out
by
here.
the way.
What are some other examples of players that went to new teams and have started?
Artemi Panarin.
Yeah.
Okay, but those are the elite examples. But we can't just say.
Right, John Tavares.
Then what's the
Was the
point of
example.
trading for a player for 1 year if then you're gonna say, oh, but new team we got to give him time.
Because Tyson Berry's been unbelievable.
Oh no, he has been, but
Barry's
And
good.
Alex Kerfoot's been solid. We didn't trade for him and be like, oh, this is Nazem Kadri. We knew we were getting a downgrade.
Yeah,
The main piece that we got back was Tyson Berry, and he's been Tyson Berry.
under Keefe. I would
Under Keefe, but Babcock's gone. He's gone. We've played most of the season without him. I don't want to talk about Mike Babcock anymore.
I do.
Let's talk about what Babcock did to this team in those first 20 games. That's got us so screwed up now.
Remember when Nick
It's
Shore?
kinda true.
Who remembers when Nick Shore was playing?
Bruh.
Oh my God.
Spezza played like 3 games. I don't
Aren't
know.
you guys glad to have Spets in the
I'm really enjoying Spezza.
I like
I-
me some.
Yeah,
Spencer.
he's been some good secondary scoring.
Oh my god.
I'm so astounded that we've actually started to complain about the Maple Leafs who've scored 191 goals, which is second to only the Tampa Bay Lightning with 192 goals.
It's second, not first.
Okay, it's second by 1 goal.
If we had more secondary, it's going to be first.
Spezza's got 20 points in 41 games.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good for a guy who's playing
Yeah, I
on the
think that-
fourth
I think
line
that's
half
good
the
too.
season.
Yeah.
So,
I mean-
but yeah, like, I kind of see where Chris is coming from. I don't know if that's secondary scoring.
Because that's like kind of luck if you think about it. We didn't expect Spezza to come in and be this good, but the guys we did expect to be that good aren't being that good.
I think it's like now. I think what Chris is trying to say is that some of the guys who are playing on the Leafs second line on a regular basis aren't really being there, and if
The
Matthews
Leafs second line, so the Matthews, Hyman, Marner line. Is
no God,
Okay, what about the Kerfoot, Tavares, Nylander line?
Kerfoot hasn't done
You have
anything.
two. Yes, he has.
Not
Yes,
in
he
a-
has. Yes, he has. He's not going to score 30 goals. You're not going to get that out of Alex Kerfoot.
I'm not expecting him to get 30 goals. I just want him to do something.
I'm just expecting him to get 25.
Does he have? Does he even have 5 goals?
Yes.
He doesn't
He has 8.
Yeah.
I think.
he has 8.
He might have 8. But who cares? It's Alex Kerfoot.
Yo, Alex Kerfoot's gonna be that guy in the playoffs. Just gonna end up scoring.
What playoffs?
Yeah, good point.
Alex Kerfoot's gonna be great at the World Championships. With Marner and Tavares,
See,
great line.
The way I see it now is the Leafs go play in New York tonight,
Yeah.
and they're putting Hutchinson in, right?
Hutchinson or Kaskisuo.
No,
Yeah.
it's Hutchinson.
Okay.
And look at the time. Like I think Hutch has actually been a huge improvement since.
Same. I love Hutch lately. He's been playing so
But
good.
Like how
No, he
long?
was terrible against Florida.
That's different.
I
though.
blame him for Florida.
He had-
I do.
he
I
had-
blame him for the loss to Florida.
Yes.
That goal.
I blame
That
you
goal from,
for the
that
loss.
goal from behind the net where it somehow ended up between his own legs is atrocious, and that was the game-tying goal.
I also blame that on Cody Ceci though, because he had a horrible game inside.
But do you know what it's? I'm gonna scratch off a bingo card here. I was a goalie. You're welcome.
Let's
Just because I know
go.
that was on there. That doesn't even tie in what I was gonna say. They're playing with a guy who is fumbling this like. It's Michael Hutchinson. He's one of 2 guys where he'll get a shutout against Detroit and he'll look very solid for 2 periods against Washington and allow 5 goals in 1 period. He collapsed. The team played unbelievable hockey for the first 2 periods. Perfect, in my opinion. Freddie had to come up with some big saves. Goalies have to do that. Hutchinson had to come up with some big saves. He made like 2 and then allowed, in my opinion, 2 stinkers.
Okay, but
Hutchinson stops a puck. We win that hockey game, and we are in a completely different mood. We beat the Panthers. You guys are in a completely different mood. This is one game where they played well for most of it, for 50 minutes. And granted, you need 60 minutes, but not every game is going to be a perfect
But
60
do you
minutes.
realize that?
And we've been on a 3-game winning streak, and they're on a 112-point pace under Sheldon Keefe, and you guys are still complaining after each
Yeah,
loss.
because there's
29,
20 games left.
There's
Exactly.
29 games left.
Yeah,
in the season.
exactly. So every game matters.
But
Obviously, every game
I don't
matters.
think that blaming it all on Hutchinson is fair. Because it's
I think it's fair in this scenario.
But at this
I
point,
was-
what are you going to
Cody
do?
Ceci was atrocious.
So, yeah, he was. He was. And you know who was amazing? Sergei Bobrovsky. We didn't talk about that either. Sergei Bobrovsky's been
Bro,
he was
It's
unbelievable.
going to
against
come
the
down
Leafs.
to game 82. We're going to miss the playoffs, and there's going to be people saying, but at least we played good. We played so good this season.
No,
Oh,
if
this,
the Leafs,
this,
if
this,
the
this.
Leafs miss the playoffs, I'll be pissed. What I'm saying is I think they still have a good
Oh,
chance of making
I
it.
think they do. It's just I don't like if I'm looking at it now. Like that was after that Florida game. I was like, wow, if we can't play 3 full periods, because let's be honest, the Leafs just don't do that anymore. They can't play 3 full periods.
You know what's funny? What's the Leafs record after leading after 2 periods? Do you guys know what it was?
That's an irrelevant stat
How is that an irrelevant stat?
because that was the same stat last year. We only lost one game after leading after.
It was 21-3.
Yeah, but
Okay.
last year it was like 25-1, and yeah, we still blew the game 6 against Boston where it really mattered. So
Okay.
If you look at what the record is for the Leafs when
It's a
Matthews
different
scores,
roster.
it's unreal. And I think that's a good point when Chris says literally.
I hate stats like that because most teams when their best player scores they win.
Good point. But it's like, I don't know. I just think it comes down to the Leafs just being inconsistent again. And
I agree.
How?
because they just are.
How?
But why didn't they score a goal in the third period then? How come when
Sergei Bobrovsky was
when they
unbelievable,
tie
by
it
the
at
way.
3, when it goes to 3-3, if the Leafs were a strong mental team, they would bounce back and say, "I know we just blew a 2-goal lead, but we're gonna
How
come
do you
back."
know how they are mentally? You're not there.
All I'm saying is teams like Boston and teams like Washington would have fought back and still win that game. The Leafs, when they blew that lead, they gave up and they said, "You know what? We're losing this game." And I knew they were gonna lose this game, and they lost the game in regulation.
Leafs take losses like they did against Florida, and then they can't get back on the horse until 2-3 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly. We were playing so good. We had that one game against Florida where Anderson just played horribly and every shot went in.
Yeah.
And then that caused a 5-game skid where we lost against Calgary, we lost against
Yeah.
the Rangers, we lost against Chicago, all because of that one game.
Yeah.
And that's what I expect now. I expect now another 5-game skid where we can't get it together because of that one game.
Yeah, we lost against the Flames, the Hawks, the Preds.
It's the game flow.
This
But
guy's showing me a chart.
It's in the Leafs' favor the entire.
You know what? I'm counting this on the bingo
As what?
as a RPM chart because we can't even get those anymore because now they cost money. So I'm counting that.
Okay, so the fact that the Leafs controlled 66% of the scoring chances throughout the game, 62.5% of the high danger scoring chances throughout the game. They owned 57.5% of the expected goals for throughout the game.
That's great, but it's still not a win.
Okay.
I'm usually on your side.
Believe me, I understand that wasn't a win. I was there when they lost.
Yeah. But I'm just, you know.
But what I'm saying is
The way
they
this room.
played well, and you guys are treating it
No.
like they got blown out 5-1 in Game 7.
I
last
treat it like a collapse. That should have not
Yeah.
happened.
Sorry, I don't care about. That's the same people that say, "Oh, in 2013 Game 7, they played great for 50 minutes." Well,
It was 3-1, man. How does that game end up 5-3? Like, I'm sorry. It's just like that should not happen. I know it's the Maple Leafs, but like, you know?
I don't know. Like I'm usually on the side with trust the process and just the way this room is divided right now. Like, it's fitting.
Yeah.
But like I'm on Julian's side here. I think at this point in the season, there's no moral victories.
Yeah.
There's wins and there's losses,
I'm not saying they're a moral victory.
and then there's overtime losses.
I'm not saying there are moral victories. The fact I'm pissed. I'm so angry that the Leafs lost that game. And yeah, honestly, playoff hopes, they're slim right now, but what I'm saying is they've played well. They're showing that they have been playing well.
Well,
It's like you guys, it's at the 3-game winning streak, you guys, man, these are looking really good right now. In a playoff spot, one loss, and all.
But that was a
and it's
huge
completely
loss.
and it's completely
that
derailed.
was a 4
One
point
loss,
game.
It's completely derailed.
Yeah, one loss where your goalie gets hurt and is out for maybe weeks.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay, but how is it the
David,
team's fault?
if they
I'm not saying
if
it's the
they
team's
lost
fault.
like 2-3-1, I get it. But the way
They
they
had that game. They had that game.
that proves to me that the Leafs cannot hold a sustainable lead.
How that is? Can I swear?
No,
Okay, that's such. Can I say the C word?
no.
Okay, that's such malarkey. That's such malarkey. That proves to me the Leafs can't hold the lead. It proves to me the Leafs can't hold it. They've done that the entire season. What are you talking about? You'd rather them lose 3-1 and not be in the game?
No.
What? You'd rather them lose 3-1 and not be in the game the entire time? They dominated for 2 periods and they collapsed because they had Cody Ceci and Michael Hutchinson play their worst games. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. And you're like, oh, well, it was the Leafs. I'd rather them not be in the game at all. They killed them. They killed the Florida Panthers and they lost because of 2 players. 2. Not because of the team, 2 players. And now they're in this position where, sure, they need to win every single game. East, West, Divisional. I do not care. They need to win every single game, but they've been playing great hockey over the past 4 games. I'm not worried about whether they're going to beat the Rangers. I think they will. Hutchinson's in that. They probably won't. But when Freddie's back, they'll be fine. There's 29 games left. 28, 27? I don't even know how many there are left. There's a lot of points on the table.
Yeah.
A lot of points on the table. And you know what? Elvis Merzlikins, it's his first season. I don't think he's going to be a 950 goaltender the entire season. I don't.
What if
The Philadelphia Flyers, I don't think they're going to score 4 goals a game, and I don't think they're going to be almost unbeatable at home the entire time. The Hurricanes, they've been inconsistent the entire year. Nobody's been talking about that. We've been lifting up the Hurricanes like there's some Corsi god. They have the same record as the Leafs right now. What are we talking about?
Listen, I love.
What are we talking about?
That is getting clipped.
Listen,
for
I
the
love
IG.
that the Leafs have
I'm tired.
X amount. No, I
That
love
was a good rant. Good job.
I love that the Leafs have X amount of games left, whatnot, but that also includes 2 meetings against the Penguins, 2 meetings against the Lightning, plus another game against Boston, 2 meetings against the Habs.
Trial by fire.
Can we do something fun here? Can you pull up the Leaf schedule? Go game by game.
Yeah.
We're gonna say if it's a win or a loss. If it's a win, count it as 2 points. If it's a loss, count it as 0. We won't do overtime losses. We'll see how many points we get.
Okay. No problem.
Can you get the calculator up too?
Yeah, I'll just get my.
But we don't know. Like we don't even know when Freddie's coming back.
Assume Freddie is back Friday
Okay.
against the Ducks. He'll want to play against the
So
former team.
Hutch is playing the Canadians again. I'm so excited.
That's how it was gonna be anyways.
No, I know, but I'm
Don't you
saying
think?
like.
Okay.
Anderson's great against the Pacific Division.
So
No, he is. But what I'm saying is we're giving the Canadians another 2 points, and that's
we're not doing
so
overtime.
disappointing.
That's good though. We want the Canadians to get as many points as possible.
That's true. Cost them.
Yeah.
See Lafreniere.
So no overtime.
That's gonna be too hard.
Okay. So Rangers.
Overtime loss.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put it 1.
No, I think
No,
we're gonna win.
No. I think we're gonna win.
Fine, we'll do overtime losses, but I think we're gonna win.
No. I just wanted because I knew you said that. That's
Okay.
why I wanted to say that because I'm
Okay,
angry
see.
at the moment.
Okay, win.
Ducks.
Win.
Win.
Okay. Habs.
Overtime loss.
Okay.
Okay. We've got next Coyotes.
Win.
Loss.
We got
You tiebreaker.
Coyotes.
They
I
don't
think-
have Kemper, and they've been collapsing.
No, I think we'll win against the Coyotes.
It's a game they should win.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another
But
win.
will they is always the question.
Stars.
Loss.
Loss.
Agreed. Next would be
The back-to-back with the Penguins.
Ottawa.
Win.
Loss.
We're gonna beat Ottawa.
We never sweep Ottawa. We're gonna get 1 loss to Ottawa. Game.
I'm gonna go with Chris on that. I think we're gonna lose that game.
I think we're gonna win.
When have we ever not lost Ottawa in a season?
That is also in Ottawa, I believe. I think we're losing.
Okay, next.
Yeah, but in Ottawa is still a Toronto game.
Next is Buffalo.
Win.
Win.
Penguins.
Loss.
Loss.
Penguins again.
Win.
Win. I'll split that series.
Okay.
This podcast has the most hardcore takes.
Hurricanes.
Win. Loss.
Hurricanes.
Loss.
Is it in Carolina?
That is in Toronto.
Win.
Ooh, win. Yeah.
Win.
They'll be behind.
Okay.
They
Lightning.
Get hype for that game.
Lightning loss. Guaranteed loss.
Loss, and it's either gonna be one of those where they're in it the entire time, and Vasilevsky just wins the game for them, or they'll get blown out again. Because they only have 2 games against the Lightning.
Florida. In Florida.
Loss. But overtime loss.
Overtime loss.
I'll say loss.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go loss as well. So next, Vancouver.
I'm going to that game, so win.
Loss.
I'm going loss as well.
Okay, can I say my record in Leaf games is like 17-1?
Win.
You might have.
We're trying to jinx the jinx.
I'm gonna. Okay, so next Sharks,
Win.
Win. California road trip, book 'em 3 wins. Go.
then LA.
Win.
Win.
And then
Anaheim. Win.
Win.
I think it's Anaheim next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Win.
Stars. Sorry, Lightning.
Loss.
Win.
This is against the Stars.
Lightning, you said.
Oh, sorry, Lightning. Oh, that's a loss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say win, just to be fun.
Preds.
Win.
Win.
Bruins.
Loss.
We could have all said that at the same time. Devils win. And it's
Win.
Devils, then Islanders.
Loss. Is it in the Islanders?
is it? Yeah, it depends on where it
It
is.
Is it
is
on
in Toronto?
the Islanders? Ooh, okay. Win.
Win. Yeah.
Win.
They
Okay.
play better in Toronto against the Islanders. They always do.
All right, next would be the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Loss.
I think I'm going loss as well.
So it doesn't even matter. Put
Yeah,
down
okay.
loss.
Florida.
Shootout loss.
Florida loss.
No,
In Toronto.
No, we're gonna beat Florida.
I think
we're gonna beat Florida once.
I'm gonna
I
get-
give them
Fine.
once out of
Okay,
4
we'll win
times.
1 against Florida.
I agree with David on that. Tampa.
Loss.
Loss.
Hurricanes.
Loss.
Win.
In Carolina.
In
Yeah.
We're
Carolina.
gonna sweep them.
Yes.
No, loss.
I'm going loss as well. Ottawa. In Ottawa.
Win,
Win.
because we said loss last time.
Yeah. Next is the Capitals.
Loss.
How
Come
many,
on.
how many games do we have left?
3.
Win.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's in Washington. I'm going with an L.
They're gonna be fighting for that. They could still be up for the division.
Detroit
Win.
Win.
and Montreal at the end. I think we're gonna win the
We,
last.
we gotta beat them once.
So if you add all that together, it's 33 points.
Okay, plus.
So what are they at right now?
That's 96 points.
Is that enough?
That wasn't enough last year.
Doesn't. Yeah, but the last place team also won the cup last year.
No, they didn't.
The St. Louis Blues won the cup.
They were last place. They
Yeah.
weren't the last
The
place team.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Leonardo, my grade 10 English teacher.
Okay, I think that broke the record for the reference on this podcast that the least amount of people are gonna get.
Nobody's gonna understand that. Only I understand that. That's fine.
I just
Okay. So we're gonna say they finished with 96 points in the year.
yeah.
That's just enough to miss the playoffs by 1 point and be like those guys.
Yeah.
See, because Boston and Tampa will get over 100 points in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and then Florida, they don't seem like they're stopping anytime soon. So, and then you know what's even more frustrating is trying to beat the Islanders of Philly for a wild card, because
I still think we'll get the second wild card. Like, I keep saying we're gonna miss the playoffs, but no, I think we'll get second wild card.
if Carolina doesn't just sneak up on us,
But Carolina's good though. I think on paper Carolina might be better than us.
it's possible.
No.
They have better. Like, do they have better?
They have the best on paper decor in the league.
yeah,
Slavin is like a top 5 defense.
defensive
No,
depth.
no. But they also have Mrazek and Reimer.
Yeah,
We also have Hutchinson and maybe Anderson.
maybe.
The Leafs have the worst goaltending since the new year.
I really want to see how long this Freddie Anderson stint lasts because if he's out for a while, I think we're in serious trouble. Like, even though he hasn't been great, but he's been the backbone to this team. There's no doubt about that.
In terms of schedule difficulty, the Flyers, the Blue Jackets, and the Hurricanes all have harder schedules than we do.
Really? Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Does that really matter when we always lose to the bad teams?
So do the Lightning. That doesn't really matter.
We're not catching the
So
Lightning.
do the Islanders have an easier one. The Panthers have an easier one.
You know what? The Islanders might fall off.
They've been dropping since the new year.
Yeah, but they had such a good streak of like 20 games.
Yeah.
They got a point, right? So I think
If you got rid of that streak, they wouldn't be a playoff team.
no.
Like,
they wouldn't. But
so-
you can say that about most teams.
Yeah. Imagine if
You
the
know?
Leafs didn't go on that stint in December.
But imagine they didn't go on that 7-game losing streak with Babcock.
Okay.
You can't say,
There's a lot of what ifs in sports.
why do you sound like our 105 teacher?
Hey guys, listen. I'm gonna tell you about how media and sports have grown together. I like that class. It's cool.
It's
Fun
good.
class.
It is good.
Very baseball centric, which I like.
Which I like. Yeah.
Because some people might not like that, but I like that.
Baseball season is going to be exciting this year. I'm hyped.
Do you guys want to move off from hockey? Do you guys want to go around the league? Do you want to move off? What do you guys?
Yeah, maybe around the league a
want
bit.
for our remaining time, or do you want to? Because I yelled a lot about the Leafs.
I have a question about
I have a fun fact, but you want to go first?
Actually, I'd like to hear
what I just want to know.
What would you like to hear?
the fun fact.
Well, now I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, go for it. Sure.
Okay, fine. Alex Ovechkin
Mhm.
has scored 14 goals.
His past 7 games,
No, but that too.
3 hat tricks.
He scored 14 goals since he's recorded his last assist.
Wow.
Wow.
In 2020, he has 16 goals and 2 assists.
He now leads the league in goals.
But he has 40 goals and 57 points.
He is.
That's like Line A 2016.
I think
type.
that's the type of player that he turns into though as he gets older.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's like his final stat line in the league is gonna be like 28 goals, 2 assists.
he's
Yeah.
gonna have like a Joe Malone
Yeah.
1917
Yeah.
stat line with like 40 goals, 0 assists because they didn't track him.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. So one of the things I was gonna bring up now that this whole Edmonton Calgary thing has gone on. What would you say are the 3 teams that lands in the Pacific playoffs?
Oh, the 3
Sorry, I didn't hear that question because I look over and Mitch is yelling.
yeah, we're in the same.
The first
Right.
3 teams that finished in the Pacific.
I'm gonna say Calgary is. I know this doesn't mean anything. Calgary is one of the most difficult schedules left in the league.
Calgary's one of the worst teams in the league. Like, no, I'm serious.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I hate everything they stand for.
Let's see that.
Sorry, they have one of the easiest schedules in the league. That's my bad. Second easiest. First easiest is the Colorado Avalanche. Good for them.
Yay.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Edmonton can keep a spot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does Vegas keep a spot?
yeah, definitely.
And Vancouver finishes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vancouver.
That's the three you would go with?
Yeah.
And an Arizona wild card.
Yeah.
Calgary miss. And Nashville's gonna jump.
So you
Calgary.
think Nashville? Wow. Wow. Nashville, Chicago, and Winnipeg.
Chicago's been on an absolute heater.
Yeah.
They're not gonna keep it up.
I could see them just
They
sneaking.
they did the same thing remember that. They were so far out, and then in like February they're like, oh, we might make the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
according to me, the team that finished 31st last year won the cup.
Mm.
So anything can happen
that's true.
in my mind.
St. Louis, Dallas, and Colorado are locked central.
Yeah.
In my.
Winnipeg's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for Winnipeg. I don't love them, but also they got just torn up by injuries.
Yeah.
Their defense is
defense-
so
Gee.
bad.
You know Neil Pionk has more points than Jacob Trouba, but he's actually been decent.
I made the joke recently that whenever you're playing like Chell franchise mode and you want to sign like a seventh defenseman
Yeah.
and like think of all those names you can
He
think
has-
of.
he
They're
has-
all on the Jets.
That is so.
The Jets just their whole decor is made up of those guys.
He has 33 points in 54 games this year. Pionk. That's really good.
That's.
But he was always good offensively.
Yeah.
But he's kind of a train wreck in his own end.
Jacob Trouba has 23 points in 51 games.
Yeah. I don't know. I when the first seasons first started, I thought Rangers were actually gonna be a little better than they are. But
They have been good though, I think.
they've been. Yeah.
For their own expectations, they've been good.
I see that.
I don't think they've been great because if you take Artemi Panarin off that team, I think they're like a New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, but we also thought
Double
Kako was
squad.
gonna be better than he was.
I thought Jersey was gonna make the
Mhm.
playoffs.
We thought Kako was gonna be a better player, so that's kind of balanced.
And that's
it out.
hilarious.
Do you remember-
That's
do you guys-
so funny.
Do you guys remember when we first did our playoff predictions, right? And
Didn't you have them winning the division?
no, I had them coming third. I think in the.
I had the Flyers third in the division. I might have put the Penguins in.
I put Penguins
afterwards, but I think I had the
Remember when everyone
Flyers
thought the
as well.
Penguins were gonna be bad?
Yeah, we're dumb.
Why do we keep doing that?
in. I don't know.
Because it's sort of the Penguins' model to be not the greatest team on paper, but then just Crosby and Malkin everything.
They have Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, he's that good.
They're gonna win the division, I think.
You think they'll pass Washington?
Look how close they are. They've made up
6
like
points though.
they've
6
Hey,
points, 2 games in hand.
that was like
2.5.
15 points.
It was. It was a
Yeah.
Brian Rust, man.
And Gensel's out for the year too.
Actually, I hope they pass them because I don't want to see another Pittsburgh Columbus series.
You know what? I've always been thinking if we make the playoffs, we're gonna lose first round to Boston or Washington. If we can get in there in the second wild card and play Pittsburgh, maybe that might be our
I
only
think-
chance.
It would be a high-scoring series, but I think we could take that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. That'd be interesting. It'd be new.
Yeah, it would definitely be new and exciting.
Something,
but
something new. Yeah. That's all
I
really
don't want to
want.
see Boston again.
Oh, please God, that why even make that?
But guys, I mean, it's Sidney Crosby, but he's also a -2.
Whoa.
I know.
Would you? Are you
Jared
guys?
McCann has 30 points in 50 games.
I think we've.
How?
Sorry, my bad. I think we've talked about this, but a Tampa Florida series.
No. Sorry, I don't buy that hype. That would be one of the worst series I've ever seen. Nobody cares. That's
It'll
such
be an
a
exciting series. It'll
No,
be good
that-
hockey. It'll be
good hockey, but that's such a fake like.
Oh no, it's not a rivalry.
No.
There's no rivalry
No.
in the state of Florida. But it'll be good hockey. I think it'll be a very good series.
Yeah.
The
in
one
terms of-
the one series we all want to see is Edmonton Calgary.
Yes, please.
They might kill each other.
Hmm.
They really dislike each other, and I like that a lot because there's not anything like that around the league anymore,
Yeah,
which is disappointing. Because
it was getting there with San Jose Vegas, but then San Jose just fell off.
Yeah.
they fell off too hard. Because now it's just sort of like the Leafs versus the Senators.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you mean?
in the sense that
I see that.
rivalry, but it's not.
Oh yeah, even Leafs Habs.
That's not a rivalry either anymore.
Yeah.
I think when the Habs get good again,
It will be.
it will be, and the Leafs get mediocre.
I still can't believe that in 16-17 we were one game away from a Leafs Senators playoff series.
Yeah, jeez.
We say that, but they were also 1 goal away from the Stanley Cup final.
Oh no, I'm saying it just would have been a fun series.
Oh, yeah. That could have reignited the
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
whole Battle of
100%.
Ontario as well.
Also, does anybody else remember when Ottawa like completely just
Destroyed their team.
easily took out Boston in the first round? And yet when we do it, it's like the
Yeah.
hardest thing to ever do.
Yeah.
And they made it
Jeez.
look so easy with like Clark MacArthur.
Clark.
That team was good though.
It was a very good
That,
team.
Like,
that was.
That was when Craig Anderson was super underrated, too. 'Cause
Yeah.
He was a solid goalie for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Carlson Mathot was an underrated pairing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a classic shutdown and then offensive.
Yeah.
defenseman.
Was Phaneuf on that team?
Yeah.
He was.
He
but-
scored an overtime goal in game 3.
I remember
Yeah.
that. That was huge.
They had Turris, Stone,
Oh yeah,
Hoffman.
Hoffman.
it was a good team.
That team,
It was a very good
Bobby Ryan, that was like his
Mika
last.
Zibanejad.
Oh
Before-
my
it,
god.
It wasn't in that series, but before.
Oh yeah, they had Broussard. That was like Broussard's like end of his
Yeah.
prime.
Zibanejad's really good, too.
Yeah,
That's a terrible trade.
Mm-hmm.
that was.
That was a horrible trade.
Turris hasn't been the same since he got traded.
Nope. Oh my god, no. No.
What's Matt Duchene got to do to get into the playoffs?
Jeez.
He did last year.
What does he have to do to get into the playoffs on a team that
And
he
he-
wants to be on?
He almost didn't get into the playoffs last year too.
I know.
Like, it would have been so funny if they missed after going all in.
I know. You got to give credit to Jarmo Kekalainen for going all in.
That team could have won the cup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
I think if they played together,
think
a little
about
longer.
Columbus is still good now,
Mm-hmm.
and they got rid and they lost
They're a
for,
team that
for free.
works. They're a team that
Bobrovsky,
works.
Panarin, and Duchesne.
Yeah.
Now, if you add those guys to this team now, like just say they re-signed all of them and had more time to mesh, I think they'd be the best team in the league. Clearly,
It's really weird actually how the Jackets are freaking what? Third in the Metro?
Third in the
I
Metro.
don't understand that.
do they have one good player?
Who?
Do they have one good player?
Oh, Seth Jones,
Yeah.
Zach Werenski, Pierre-Luc Dubois is having a great year.
He is
No,
good.
he's
He is
having a
good.
great year.
Okay, if you combine the Leafs and Blue Jackets, and said their best players, the top 4 would be Leafs.
Yeah.
So that shows that.
Maybe top 3.
You
Maybe
think-
maybe Jones gets ahead of Nylander.
Oh, true.
Jones is a really solid.
But Dubois has 42 points in 54 games this year.
It's not bad.
He is good.
That's really good.
He's
For a
good.
team like the Blue Jackets,
Yeah.
that's really good. Considering, I'll tell you their point totals.
What happened to Atkinson? I can't say his name.
Atkinson?
Did he fall off? Like,
Yeah.
He had like
A
40
little
goals a couple years
He
ago.
might have
Yeah.
been heating up recently, but last time I checked, which was a couple months ago, he was
Yeah.
not having the great. You know who's having a terrible year?
Who?
Josh Anderson, and he was on.
Oh,
the
yeah.
great player.
Everyone thought he was.
He's
gonna
a
be
very
sick.
player because I'm gonna list the Blue Jackets point totals. Then I'm gonna go to Josh Anderson
'Kay.
because I like that guy, I really do, and he's having such a bad year. Luc Dubois, first on the team in points with 42 and 54. Then Nyquist with 34 and 54. It's a steep drop off.
How can a team with a second leading goal scorer 34 points be
They
that
have 4
Don't
players.
understand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with 12 plus goals.
Really?
Zach Werenski is 32 and 47. Cam Atkinson is 26 and 42. This guy's a 40-goal scorer.
Huh.
26 points in 42 games. Josh Anderson has 4 points in 26 games after scoring like 20 goals last year.
Jeez.
He's 1 goal.
How many points does he have?
4 points.
Who?
26.
Wow.
Josh Anderson has 4 points.
Yo, I actually did not know that. I thought he had
What?
more than.
Last year, Josh Anderson had 27 goals and 47 points.
And how many goals do you have this year?
1 and 4 points in 26 games.
No way.
What happened to him?
What?
He had 47 points last year, 30 the year before that.
Has he been hurt?
Yeah. He's
26 games, though.
4 points.
He got sent down, I'm pretty sure. He got scratched quite a bit.
That's so bad.
I know.
New team.
Bro, that's terrible.
And then you have a combined team save percentage of a lot.
Mm.
High. Very high.
That's ridiculous, man.
What else is there to talk? Do we have any questions set up for the podcast today or no?
I forgot to ask for questions.
That's all good.
Do we have any questions that we want to ask?
Sure. Just let me look at point totals and stuff like that first. How about you guys? Anything you wanted to bring up?
I guess. I don't have too much other than. Okay, here's a decent one.
All right.
Who do you who? Okay, if you were just to predict end of the season, who finishes in the wild card in the East 1 and 2?
Okay. As it currently sits, the Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers hold the 1 and 2 spots with 66 and 65 points respectively.
Yep.
Who do you think finishes in the 1 and 2 spot in the wild card?
It's Columbus 1, Toronto 2.
Julian?
I'm gonna go.
Just because I want another Columbus-Tampa series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be incredible.
That would be awesome.
Because now the Blue Jackets, like they're very confident too. They must be, especially now they're in the playoff spot. Like that would be awesome.
I want that so bad.
And if they win, that would be, dude. Elvis Merzlikins takes on Kucherov, Stamkos.
But he's not gonna start.
If Korpisalo wasn't back by then,
Wasn't it like a week to week
he's
thing?
still out, and it's been
Remember that Tortorella rant? That like when
Merzlikins was played 17
when
games.
when Korpisalo like went down, Tortorella was so pissed. And,
Yeah, because that guy's been carrying them.
and then Merzlikins has been so good.
Yeah.
Like they haven't even mattered.
I'm gonna go for wild card. Philly 1, Leafs 2, but
So you
So
got
after all this complaining, after all this ranting that I did, you guys,
well, at the end of the day, we're all gonna
Yeah.
like.
I actually think Islanders are gonna miss.
Ooh,
no,
And
I think they might too.
no,
and I do want to see a Philly and Boston series again.
I'd like that.
I'd like that a lot.
I think that'd be really cool.
I think the Islanders,
Even though those two teams like they're not even like the
Yeah.
same. It's
The
just the names, like the
the
names
Islanders
of
have
the teams.
have 3 games in hand on the Blue Jackets, and they're only a point back.
Like, have you ever looked at Boston's Twitter when they lose?
No,
They sound like Leaf fans. They
and they're Bruins fans.
they're like, oh,
Yeah.
this
Fair, you
this
can't
team
be like that.
this team is so soft. We need grit. We need toughness. And it's like, you're Boston.
I'll go top spot, Columbus, second spot, Toronto. There's nothing really different you could do there.
Yeah.
Unless I was going to go Columbus, Philly, but then my entire rant was for nothing. Could you imagine?
What do you mean?
At the end of the day, I don't pick the Leafs to go into the playoffs after yelling as much as I just did.
So we've all given up on third place. That's interesting.
I haven't given up on third place.
But you know what I mean? Like we all didn't pick them for third place.
Yeah.
I do think the Panthers play a similar style to the Leafs, but
Is that style not being good at defense?
it's not great at defense.
Yeah.
It's relying on. Because the thing is, Bobrovsky's high danger save percentage is very high. He just allows really bad goals.
Well, that's why it's called high danger.
It's a high number relative to his peers. Is that better? My English teacher, Chris. Thank you. I don't know. I think the rate they're scoring is a little unsustainable, especially with Barkov out.
Yeah.
But-
Depends on how long he's going to be out.
I don't think it's gonna be long.
No.
I don't think it's going to be long either. And I think in the race that they're playing, it's like Austin Matthews. He's going to come back.
But I mean, they have a elite goal scorer, Mike Pizzic now.
Yeah. Apparently.
They do. Yeah, they now do. So,
Hat trick. Still can't get over that, man.
very good empty net goal by him.
Pizzic.
Sergei
Wow.
Bobrovsky is a 901 save percentage.
Really?
And he's 2013 and 5. 3.19 GAA.
Well, that's why I'm so scared because he's been playing terrible and they've still been good.
Yeah.
If he starts playing good,
He has been playing well.
like if he continues to play
No,
well
yeah.
and gets his save percentage back up, we're done.
No, Florida. I think Florida. I can almost say confidently is making the playoffs at least for sure.
Yeah, at least
You
for
won't
sure.
you won't see Bobrovsky's save percentage rise above 905 at the end of the season, because he's been sub 900 for so long in the year. Even if he plays lights out hockey for the next 30 games, his save percentage isn't going to get that much higher, because he's already played so much.
This guy
Yeah.
knows math.
I know math. Believe me.
That's good.
1 + 1.
Maybe like last thing,
Two.
one thing you if you could do for the trade deadline, what would you do?
For the Leafs or in the league?
No, for the Red Wings, obviously the Leafs.
Jeez.
Okay, Julian, go.
You know what? This is gonna be simple, but I just thinking. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but Cody Ceci. I just don't want to see him on
For
this
what?
team anymore. Anybody. A bag of pucks.
That's the one thing. And then who do you play there instead?
Who do I target to trade with?
No, who do you play instead of CC?
Riley. There's a couple guys. I mean, here's the thing. When is Riley supposed to be back?
Like 6 more weeks.
Jeez.
He won't be back into the playoffs if we make it.
That's sad.
That is pretty sad.
Yeah.
What about Mikheyev? Is he coming back?
Oh my god, I totally forgot about
He
him.
might be back.
That's someone in secondary
just
scoring I
before the
want.
Playoffs.
Who would you
My one trade. Josh Manson from Anaheim.
Okay.
And I'd give up Kapanen and
Brack.
Bracco.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't care about Bracco at this point. He was scratching.
I think you can get a lot more.
Yeah.
Just Josh Manson with Sperry Kapanen. You can.
Kapanen's still got that
He
potential
has a
up there.
lot of value.
Then what
He
would you?
does.
But what other defenseman is available that's better than Manson right now?
I was gonna go Anaheim as well. I don't have an exact trade, but there are 2 players that I'd like from Anaheim: Josh Manson and Ryan Miller.
Yeah.
Ryan Miller's a solid backup.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say Hampus Lindholm, and I was gonna.
Josh Manson, Hampus Lindholm, you got Cam Fowler too. Well, and we'll
I don't
the
want
other
Cam
side.
Fowler.
okay. No, Josh Manson, Ryan Miller. You'd probably have to give up Kapanen if you want both of them.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to give up Bracco as well if you want both of them. You might have to give up a late round pick as well if you want both of them. I'd do it.
Yeah. No, Ryan Miller has proved to be on a good team, solid backup.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously we
In
need
front
that.
of a bad defense
Yeah.
or behind a bad defense.
How old is that guy now?
Old. He's the
38,
oldest. He's the
39?
oldest goalie in the league.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think he's 40, 39. He has a 9-12 in 14 games. He had a 9-12 last year, and a 9-2-8 the year before.
Okay.
Well.
I think we're good here, but one more thing I want to do. David, there's a bingo card in front of me right now. There are some things filled out. I will give you, get your timer.
Okay.
I will give you a minute to say from memory as many things that are on this board. You
I
gotta
already
talk about
I
them.
already know what's on the board.
You just whichever ones I don't have.
Wait, so I have to say what we got?
No, just say as much things as you can say to try to fill out this board.
Okay.
So wait, you want a timer for a minute?
Yeah, and but like you can't just say just say Julian hat. You can't just say Julian's hat. You have to say something about Julian's hat. You know?
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Listen, Ekholm is one of the best shutdown defensemen in the league. He's consistently at the top of preventing zone entries. Number 2, William Nylander would be a top goal scorer across like 21 teams in the league. He is a top echelon winger. Number 3, Julian's hat, Quebec Nordiques, get out of here. We don't care about that. Calgary Flames, dude, they have Cam Talbot as their backup. David Rich is flipping sticks like he's Joey Bats. Get out of here. Not in the playoffs and you lost 8-3 next game. Dude, Montreal Canadiens, Ilya Kovalchuk is your savior. Are you kidding me? Go all in for Alexis Lafreniere. Trade him while you can. Why do you guys even try to make the playoffs at this point? Tank for the next 2 years. Let me think of more. Plus minus, terrible stat. Don't like it. Boomers, stop talking about William Nylander. I can't think of anything else. I'm sorry. I don't know what else is on the bingo board. I was a goalie. Listen, guys, I was a goalie for a couple
We don't
years.
even have a
It
line
was a
yet.
great
Yeah,
time.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Oh no.
What's the one thing we always say?
5 seconds.
Austin Matthews is good at
No. What's one thing we always say?
Follow sport board.
Oh, follow the sport board. Follow the sport board.
We got it.
Take the account. We got a line.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in,
Thank
everybody.
you for tuning in. We'll post the bingo board under the story again. Make sure you guys save it, follow along wherever because we talk about a lot of things, and sometimes we have hockey anecdotes that we like to bring up every episode.
Yeah.
So let's see if you can get a line. Submit your bingo cards to us at the sport board.
Last thing, we're gonna fill out one more. See ya.
Later.
Adios.